Something happened after the London premiere of The Dog Stars that immediately caught the attention of fans around the world. Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi were spotted leaving the film's Afterparty in London, and within hours, images and videos of the two together began circulating online. But what made this moment so interesting was not simply that Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi were in the same place. It was the timing, the atmosphere, and the fact that the two appeared together after one of the biggest nights of Jacob Elordi's career. So, what exactly happened after the cameras moved away from the red carpet? Stay with us, because the details surrounding Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi's night in London are creating plenty of conversation. And before we get into it, if you enjoy celebrity news, Hollywood updates, celebrity sightings, and the latest stories surrounding Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments what you think about this latest London sighting. The night began with Jacob Elordi stepping into the spotlight for the world premiere of The Dog Stars in London. The highly anticipated movie, directed by legendary filmmaker Ridley Scott, brought together some of Hollywood's biggest names at the Odeon Lux Leicester Square. Jacob Elordi arrived as one of the central stars of the evening, alongside Josh Brolin, Margaret Qualley, Guy Pearce, Benedict Wong, and the acclaimed director himself. But even before the premiere began, there was already another storyline developing away from the official red carpet. Kendall Jenner was in London. And that detail alone was enough to make fans pay close attention. The model and reality television star had already been photographed spending time with Jacob Elordi in the British capital. Earlier during the London trip, the pair were seen together at Cipriani, where they were also photographed with Elordi's father. That sighting added another layer of interest to an already highly anticipated movie premiere. Then came Thursday night. The Dog Stars officially took over Leicester Square. Fans gathered outside the venue hoping to catch a glimpse of Jacob Elordi and the rest of the cast. Cameras flashed as celebrities arrived, photographers called out names, and excitement grew around the world premiere. Jacob Elordi looked every bit like the leading man of the night. He walked the red carpet in a sharply tailored navy suit, completing the look with a white shirt and understated accessories. But there was something else that made his arrival especially memorable. His canine co-star Rack Jasper joined him on the red carpet. The unusual pairing quickly became one of the most talked about moments from the premiere, with Jacob posing alongside the dog that appears in the movie. For a few minutes, the focus was completely on Jacob, his new film, and the world of The Dog Stars. But outside the official premiere spotlight, another story was quietly unfolding. Kendall Jenner was not making a traditional red carpet appearance beside Jacob. And that distinction matters. The two did not turn the London premiere into an official couple's red carpet debut. Instead, Kendall remained away from the main carpet while Jacob handled the major promotional duties for his movie. That decision appeared consistent with the relatively private way the two have approached public attention. And then, after the premiere, the atmosphere changed. The cameras moved away from the red carpet. The formal interviews were over. The flashes began to fade. And the night continued at the after-party. This is where the latest sighting of Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi enters the story. For fans who had been watching every development surrounding their London trip, this was another important piece of the puzzle. It was no longer simply about a movie premiere. It was about what happened after the premiere. And sometimes, those moments tell a completely different story. There is something fascinating about celebrity events in London because the official red carpet usually represents only one part of the night. The cameras capture the arrivals. The interviews capture the headlines. The fashion becomes the subject of social media posts. But once the stars leave the venue, the public gets a much smaller glimpse into what happens next. That is exactly why images of Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi leaving the after-party generated so much attention. The moment was brief. The night was moving quickly. But the cameras were still there. And fans were watching. Kendall Jenner has spent years living under intense public attention, yet she has often maintained a surprisingly controlled approach to her personal life. Jacob Elordi has also become increasingly selective about how much of his private world he shares. That combination makes every public appearance between the two especially intriguing. One moment can generate thousands of comments. One photograph can become the subject of endless speculation. And one night in London can suddenly become international celebrity news. But there is an important distinction between what is visible and what people assume. The photographs show that Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi were together in London and were seen leaving the after-party for the dog stars. They do not, by themselves, explain everything about their relationship or what happened privately during the evening. That is where curiosity takes over. And curiosity is exactly what made this sighting so interesting. Because earlier that night, Jacob had been the center of attention at one of the biggest premieres of his career. The actor is currently promoting The Dog Stars, a post-apocalyptic thriller directed by Ridley Scott and based on Peter Heller's novel. The story follows Hig, played by Elordi, a survivor living in a deserted Colorado airport after a devastating pandemic. His life is shared with his dog and his companion Bengali, played by Josh Brolin, until a mysterious radio transmission changes everything. The film is built around survival, isolation, hope, and human connection. And ironically, those themes made the London premiere feel even more significant. Jacob Elordi was standing in the spotlight for a movie about a world where connection has become rare. Meanwhile, outside the film itself, fans were watching his real-life connections unfold in one of the world's most photographed cities. London was packed with cameras. Fans were waiting outside the cinema. Photographers were tracking every major arrival. And social media was already moving at incredible speed. Then came the after-party. And this is where the story becomes even more interesting. Because Kendall Jenner's presence meant that attention was no longer focused exclusively on the movie. The conversation shifted. Who was with Jacob after the premiere? Was Kendall there throughout the evening? What did they do after leaving? And why did their appearance together generate so much excitement? The reality is that not every question has an immediate answer. And that is precisely why this sighting has become such a talking point. The internet loves moments that leave something unexplained. A red carpet appearance is easy to understand. A celebrity walks in. They pose. They answer questions. They promote a movie. Then they leave. But an after-party sighting is different. It creates a sense that there is another chapter happening away from the official event. That is what fans saw in London. Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi continuing their night after The Dog Stars premiere. And suddenly, what began as a film promotion story became another chapter in the ongoing conversation surrounding the pair. The timing is also significant. Jacob Elordi is currently experiencing a major moment in his career. His profile has grown dramatically through projects such as Euphoria, Sulpan, Priscilla, and now The Dog Stars. He has become one of the most recognizable young actors in Hollywood, while his performances continue to attract serious attention from audiences and critics. Kendall Jenner, meanwhile, remains one of the most recognizable models and reality television personalities in the world. Her name carries enormous attention across fashion, entertainment, and social media. Put those two names together in London, and it is almost inevitable that cameras will follow. But there was another subtle detail that made the night especially interesting. Kendall did not need to stand beside Jacob on the red carpet to become part of the story. Her presence outside the formal premiere was enough. That says something about how celebrity culture works today. The most important moment is not always the biggest official event. Sometimes it is the few seconds after the event ends. Sometimes it is a car leaving a venue. Sometimes it is a quick glimpse outside a restaurant. And sometimes it is a celebrity walking out of an after-party late at night. Those moments can become more viral than the event itself. And that appears to be happening again with Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi. The London trip has already included multiple public sightings. Earlier, the pair were seen at Cipriani in London, where Elordi's father was also present. Then came the world premiere of The Dog Stars. Jacob took the red carpet. Kendall stayed away from the official carpet. And afterward, the two were seen leaving the movie's after party together. For fans following the story, the sequence is difficult to ignore. But there is another reason this particular night has generated so much attention. It is the contrast between Jacob's professional world and his personal life. Inside the premiere, he was promoting a major Ridley Scott production. Outside, the conversation shifted toward his life away from the cameras. That contrast has become a recurring theme whenever Jacob Elordi appears in public. He can be intensely private about his personal life while simultaneously being one of the most photographed actors of his generation. Kendall Jenner faces a similar situation. She can walk into a fashion event and instantly dominate headlines without saying a word. That is the strange reality of modern celebrity culture. Silence can become news. A glance can become news. A shared appearance can become news. And a night out in London can become a global trending topic. But perhaps the most important part of this story is what we should not assume. A sighting does not automatically reveal what happens behind closed doors. It does not tell us what Kendall and Jacob discussed at the after party. It does not tell us how long they stayed. And it does not prove every rumor that appears online. What it does show is that the two were seen together after a major event connected to Jacob's new film. And that alone was enough to send fans into detective mode. Social media users began examining photographs and videos, looking at every visible detail. The outfits. The timing. The location. The way they walked out. The people around them. Every small detail suddenly became part of the conversation. And this is where the viral nature of celebrity news becomes clear. A moment that lasts only a few seconds can create hours of discussion. A single image can be reposted thousands of times. And a short video can make people feel as though they were standing outside the venue themselves. That is exactly what happened with the latest London sighting. The Dog Stars premiere was already one of the biggest entertainment events in London that night. But Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi leaving the after party gave the evening another storyline. And now, fans are watching to see what happens next. Will they be spotted together again? Will they continue spending time in London? Will another restaurant sighting emerge? Or will the two return to their normally private routines once the movie promotion is over? Those questions remain open. And that uncertainty is part of what keeps the story alive. Because if there is one thing celebrity audiences have learned about Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi, it is that the most interesting moments often happen when nobody appears to be trying to create a major headline. The London premiere was carefully planned. The red carpet was scheduled. The photographers were ready. The cast knew exactly where to stand. But the after-party exit was different. It felt more spontaneous. More fleeting. And perhaps that is why people reacted so strongly. There was no elaborate announcement. No dramatic statement. No official confirmation designed to create publicity.